Good afternoon, Barstow. I'm Jack Stonebarger.
And I'm Tara Malford.
On today's show, we've got a very classy update, some announcements, and a piece by Helton about being an introvert in an extroverted world. Let's get it started. We're going to start off with some announcements about debate. Middle school debate made a great appearance at the KC Online tournament held on Tuesday. Tyler Bauman took first place, Hattie Shedler took second, Mahek Vorad third, and finally Joshua Mammon took fourth.
The high school debate team also had a trip to the Tournament of Champions, earning first place in policy debate.
We have a lower school supply pickup in the lobby today from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, Mateo, would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
Personally, I would say that I'm an extrovert. Speaking of introverts and extroverts, Helton made a piece on being an introvert in an extroverted world. Let's check it out.
Stephen Hawking, Anne Frank, Jane Austen, Audrey Hepburn, Albert Einstein. What exactly do these people of different eras and backgrounds have in common? Well, they could all be described as introverts. Hi, my name is Helton, and I'm an introvert. Unable to speak without the help of a computer, Stephen Hawking knew the importance of quiet people. People not shy, not socially anxious, just quiet. Many people fear the quiet. They feel all silences must be filled, but the resulting cacophony of noises leaves the voices of introverts muffled and, well, suppressed. We're introspective and often look to ourselves for answers. Our lack of words is sometimes misunderstood as anger, depression, even selfishness. But the silence of introverts allows us to see the world meticulously. Introverts are labeled as antisocial when we just want to stay home and hang out with a few friends, instead of going out to crowded events full of strangers. But we don't hate people. We just need some time to ourselves to recover from the last social outing. Except that our version of socialization may be different from yours, and that's okay. There's a misconception that aloneness and loneliness are the same thing, but they aren't. Aloneness comes from, well, being alone. It's being by yourself, you and your mind the only ones occupying the room. Loneliness comes from the desire to be accompanied, and it can happen in solitude or in crowds. For many people, aloneness and loneliness go hand in hand, solitude being negative and avoided at all times. Yet, for introverts, we thrive off of our time alone. By myself, I'm able to question the world and even dream up new ones. My mind is a curious place full of wonders and dreams, morals and opinions. Some people consider alone time as a torture, even a prison, and they seek to liberate others from their own seclusion. But for many introverts, being alone is a freedom. Exploring your mind alone is an adventure, and personally, it frees my creativity. Hi, I'm Helton, and I'm an introvert.
That was a really interesting piece, Helton. I think no matter what you are, we can all take something away from that piece.
On to other announcements. Both boys and girls basketball teams played on Tuesday and Wednesday. The girls won both games, while the boys fell short both days. Both teams will compete tonight at Barstow against Van Horn, the girls playing at 5:30 and the boys playing at 7. Next week, both teams will travel to Grain Valley and play in the Grain Valley tournament.
Now, while we try to keep announcements pretty classy, I think it's time to turn it over to Clara so she can turn the classiness up a notch in this week's edition of Classy Update.
Good afternoon, Barstow. I'm perpetually Clara Ketchel, and this is Classy Update. As you can probably tell, I'm what one would call a fashionista. In the past, my style has been described as high class, expensive, and off-brand Austin Zollers. As a fashion expert, I feel it is my duty to evaluate and comment on the clothing choices of some of our country's leaders. People who have dedicated their life to civil service, such as President Joe Biden, Senator Bernie Sanders, and Lady Gaga. So, without further ado, this is Classy Update Inaugural Fashion Review. First off, I would like to talk about these stunning examples of pantsuit fashion demonstrated by the likes of Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Vice President Kamala Harris. All three women wore purple pantsuits in support of political unity, as purple is a mix of blue and red. Michelle Obama wore a glamorous purple-red pantsuit. My favorite aspect of this suit had to be the shiny golden belt. When I say this belt was shiny, I mean it was blinding. I saw her belt before she even walked out of the Capitol doors. It felt like when Jedi ignite their lightsabers in the dark, so all you can see is like the color of the blade. But I wouldn't know anything about Star Wars because I'm not a nerd. Moving on, both Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton wore pure purple pantsuits. Hillary sported a bold ruffled turtleneck, while the vice president opted for a purple coat and pearls. All of these fashionable women get 5 classy stars from me. Secondly, I would like to discuss Bernie Sanders. Some people might say that Senator Sanders' beige windbreaker and mittens were too casual for such a historical event like a presidential inauguration. However, I believe that Bernie was instead promoting a new form of menswear. I call this type of fashion Vermont Dad. The windbreaker offers comfort and warmth from the cold Vermont winds, and yet gives off a cozy, casual vibe. The mittens add a bit of intrigue to the ensemble. Bernie's were patterned, and that added a fun vibe to the whole outfit. Any fathers watching this update should try to copy Senator Sanders' style in order to be truly classy. Finally, Lady Gaga. Where do I start? The minute she walked out to sing the national anthem, my breath was taken away. The deep red skirt and the giant golden dove brooch were stunning. Some have equated her outfit to that of Effie Trinkets from the Hunger Games. However, I hope this administration does not resemble that of the dystopian Junior Olympics Last Man Standing novel. Middle school angst books aside, I loved this outfit. She looked, and I say this with all the knowledge of the universe, classy. Well, that's all I have for you today. I've been Clara Ketchel. Stay fashionable and stay classy, Barstow.
And I've been Jack. Stay safe and stay poppin', Barstow.